Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the ECN Youth and Leadership channel. I hope you are doing good, and thank you once again for always joining us for this insightful moment. And today we are going to be talking about something that I believe that is very, very important for each and every one of us in every workspace, in every organization, team that you find yourself, or surrounding that you find yourself. And it is to clearly differentiate the truth, facts, myths about the concept of leaders and managers. What is the difference between leaders and managers? Some people use the names or use the title interchangeably, but they are both actually not the same. Yeah, one individual could operate in both offices, but they are definitely not the same. The characteristics or traits that the individual exhibits actually determines whether or not that person is acting as a leader or as a manager. Yeah. So I will start by saying very, very clearly that true leaders do not dominate; they serve. They serve. Yeah. Servants are not just leaders are not just servants. They are actually people that serve, but from a strategic perspective. So leadership, simply put, is strategic service. Why do I say strategic service? It's strategic service because even though you are offering or rendering a service to the team members, but because you are not forcing it down their throats, what you are doing is that you are trying to influence, impact, change the mindset or the perception of individuals towards achieving a particular task or set objective. Every individual has his or her own mindset or belief systems on almost virtually every topic or any matter. So now you, as a leader, you bring to the forefront what this destination is, vision is, and you now want everyone to follow you along on that trip. So what you try to do is to influence, to impact and change that perspective so that they all believe in the cause. As we said some time ago, you provide the why, and then everybody is now motivated towards that set objective or that set task. Yeah. Okay. So looking at it very, very simply also, when you lead, you serve. As we said already, from a strategic perspective. Yeah. And then when you manage, you execute. That's the difference. Also, simply put in that manner, a leader is one that serves the people. And what are those avenues that every leader establishes or uses the platforms to be able to serve the individuals that he or she is leading? Is in times of maybe setting a vision, and this is why the why matters. We've always said about letting the people know the why they are doing what they are doing is always one of the chiefest or greatest motivations, especially with our Gen Zs. Remember we spoke about the Gen Z some time back also. They are a knack for the why. They want to know why they are doing what they are doing. If they do not know, then they'll probably even abandon ship. Yeah. Leaders also empower others. So empowering them also causes the leaders to teach them the how. So they move from the why and then they also teach them the how. This is how to go about it. Most times you exemplify, you lead by example, you show the pace. You go ahead and then the people also follow you. Yeah. And then leaders also remove barriers from the path of the people they are leading, because by virtue of your position as a leader, there are privileges, perks, benefits, rights that you are privileged to have. And so by virtue of those privileges, you have the chance or the opportunity or the might or power, as the case may be, or authority delegated to be able to remove obstacles that your team members are incapable of removing because they do not have those privileges. Yeah. Leaders also are critical. You serve when you listen to those that you lead. This is very, very important because the voice of the people is what shapes the direction. There's always room for feedback. Every vision might not be accurate, might not be authentic, might not be well rounded 100%. So, but when you get feedbacks, you are able to tweak in achieving your set objective or getting to the destination that you're actually heading to. Yeah. Then now let's look at managers. How do managers perform their own tasks? Managers, we've said that both serve, but just from a different perspective. Yeah. Managers serve by serving the system. Yeah. Managers do not serve the people. Leaders serve the people. Managers serve the system. And how do they do this? Example, like what I'll give examples like managers organize tasks. Say this is how we want it to be done. Yeah. They don't teach you how it gets to be done. They just tell you this is how it needs to be done. Yeah. This is how the system wants it to be done. Managers optimize processes. So let's streamline this to this particular limit. So because the system has already its own checks and balances, so they want you to just align to the system. Yeah. Managers ensure execution, especially when it has to do with deadlines, quality, resources, as the case may be. So what are the key takeaways from what we just said briefly? Leaders serve the people. Managers serve systems. Leaders aren't masters. They're servants of a greater cause through the people, while managers, as we said, serve the systems. Yeah. Now, so when you lead, you serve. When managers also manage, they execute. So when do you lead or serve? Or when do you manage or execute? When you lead to serve, you serve because the purpose is unclear. So people need inspiration. People need like some direction in order to be able to get to the desired destination or to completing the task or set objective. You as a leader, you serve when there's a change or there's crisis, when there's fear and people need some level of hope or direction in that regards. When you also lead, you serve by when growth is needed, like mentoring or unlocking the potentials of your team members. Those are periods when you lead to serve. When listening to matters like feedbacks and everything, you serve also because leaders are great listeners. Managers don't listen that much. Yeah. When you manage, when you we said that when you manage, you execute on behalf of the system. When you lead, you serve on behalf of the people. So you manage or you manage to execute on behalf of the system when the goal is clear, when logistics or kind of need some streamlining or tightening. Yeah. You manage and execute when efficiency is very critical. There are budgets, there are timelines, there are workflows, and so you need to cut to the chase. Yeah. When skills are not aligning, then the manager knows that, okay, I need to do some trainings, I need to some level of step 1, 2, 3 to be able to get everybody back online, because there's already a set system and that set system must be kept to. Yeah. Let's look at some great examples. Martin Luther King served the people and the movement by uniting people under a common cause. So that's his leadership. Yeah, clear cuts. Now, when they were going on that march to maybe Washington to protest, why blacks are not allowed, whatever, they could have gotten the services of project managers to make sure the people are aligned, the people are holding hands together, people, so that is a manager. His task is set and is clear, and he's to ensure that everybody actually falls in line. The leader is more of an inspirational one that sets to be able to set the mindset of the people, change it if it need be, tweak if there is a need in that regards. Yeah. But you see, both are serving, but in a different way. So the manager serves the system, and in doing this, he executes. He's an executioner, so he executes whatever the system already has in place. Whereas for a leader, the leader serves the people. Yeah. Yes, there might be a clear-cut directive. Then the leader now needs to be able to influence, impact, engage the people to be able to unlock whatever hidden potential they have in them, with the ultimate goal that we are going to achieve whatever dream or whatever set objective that we have set out. So servant leadership is of great power. Yeah. Yeah. If you look at biblically some good examples, Jesus washed the feet of his disciples. That was service. Yeah. But the same Jesus went into the temple and broke the tables of the money changers. Yeah. So in one aspect he was a leader, he was serving the people. In another instance he was a manager and he was managing his father's house. He said, man, you cannot do any form of buying or selling in this place. Why? Because this is my father's house, and in this place is meant for God's business, and not for any other business. So you see, same individual, one acting as a leader, the other in the other instance acting as a manager. What differentiates both instances is just the need or the circumstance around that situation or circumstance. So you can see that it is a trait that it's very, very functional. And serving doesn't mean surrendering authority. It just means that your power is for the others. Yeah, for the people that you serve. The question is, who are you serving? Are you serving the system in your workplace that you're working, you're mandated, or are you serving the people that you're also leading in that regards? Yeah. And so if I take a cue from this, for the youth amongst us, don't wait until you have a title to lead. Yeah, you can mentor a friend. That's service to the people. That's service to your friend. So you're leading. You can advocate for change where there's oppression. Yeah, you can put your team's need first in a lot of ways and actions. Yeah, so leaders aren't masters. They are servants on the mission with a greater cause than themselves. Yeah, managers aren't bosses. Also, they are servants of execution. So you see, both. It's a thing that everyone needs to master both in order to be able to change your world. Please note that, as I said earlier on, one individual can actually operate in both offices, but it is now the need or the circumstance around that determines which of them.